What's up, everybody? I'm Albert, the CPA,
And I'm Lauren.
and this is
Forever
Forever in
in County.
County.
Forever in County is brought to you by Right Choice Accounting Solutions. Did you start your business to worry about debits, credits, taxes, and etc.? Of course not, but we did. Right Choice Accounting Solutions turns financial data into business intel. We focus on the financials and allow you to focus on running your business. To learn more about what Right Choice can do for your business, visit rightchoiceaccountingsolutions.com.
So, this is our first episode, so we thought it would be a good idea to get into some introductory topics, let y'all know some stuff about us. We were going to call this your weekly no budget, your weekly no budget talk show, but we decided we'll just let y'all see kind of some behind the scenes, let y'all see as we grow. Right now, we're starting out pretty much camera, light, mics. So maybe it'll become more produced as we grow. But anyways, let's get into the show.
So I think we should get into why we start the show.
Oh, you mean like giving them background on why we decided we would even start the talk show and that sort of thing?
Yeah, get us talking to each other more, bouncing ideas off each other.
Yeah, I actually thought it'll be cool to just have like a tape of how we actually communicate with each other, so we can go back and go back and watch the highlights, watch the film, and be like, oh man, I really do need to work on blah 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 blah. I think of it kind of like a communicative learning experience.
Right. I was thinking we could watch this when we were like 70 and be like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Right. It's like, man, I should have let her talk a little bit more.
Yeah, because you do most of that.
Yeah, because, that's another big reason. In communication, I'm more of an assertive type. As you guys will see, I'm assertive and she's more passive. So
Yeah.
what can happen is in a 30-minute conversation, I can talk 27 minutes and you can just nod, reply, and yeah. So kind of doing it now. So that's another thing that I think is important to work on, because as a married couple, I'm expressive. So how I feel, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna get over it. It's gonna be done for. But when you're not my type of personality, like my wife here, she don't necessarily just say exactly how she feel, and it can fester. It can stay in there for a while.
Yeah.
So I think this would be good for both of us. I'm gonna let you in. So I think it really will be good for both of us, because I can see how I talk too much, and hopefully you'll be able to see how you don't talk enough. And I can become a better listener, and you can become a better talker. It's a give and take.
Well, that's why we mesh so well.
Let's get into how we met. You could tell my how we met story is short. So I'll give my story first.
All right.
So how we met. We went to the same college. I was roommates with her best friend. I hit her with that old razzle dazzle, and she never left. And here we are.
All I remember is we were hanging out in Jonathan's room.
Jonathan is
my best friend.
Yeah, her best friend, my roommate. When we went to UAB, by the way. But
Yeah.
so he and I were roommates, and they were real close friends. Are y'all still friends? Why we told him about Jonathan like he don't still exist?
Right. Well, I remember like, ooh, he's chunky, he's swole, peanut butter, my type. So
Before I put on these extra layers here, I know y'all can't tell because we got it high and tight. Yeah, we got it high and tight, and we got the table right here.
Yeah.
I used to be. Go ahead.
You still got it?
Yeah, it's under there.
It's just hiding a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I won't interrupt. See, that's what I was talking about.
I mean, my story was short. We met, started hanging out. I kind of never left. Your room became my room.
Yeah. Should we? I don't know if that's sufficient. I don't know if that's a sufficient explanation. Let's get some details. So it was fall 2008. We were on campus.
Good old Blunt Hall.
Yeah, we lived in Blunt Hall. Again, my roommate was your close friend, and we just kind of met. Being honest, I ain't just hit her with no razzle dazzle. We We became friends. We started talking.
He was actually kind of shy.
I was back then. I was self-conscious. I was shy, self-conscious.
Total opposite of now.
I am not the same person. I wasn't very sure of myself, so I was kind of scared. I wanted to talk to you the first time I saw you, but I was kind of nervous. So I remember I was just, you know how the nervous I'm sure a lot of guys can relate, but the nervous type of self-conscious guys, we don't never just walk up and say, "Hey, my name's Albert. Can I get your number?" It's always like we just ease in with a joke, then we just start trying to hang around and talk, try to ease our way up in there instead of just being direct like now. So, I'm just doing my ease. I'm sure Jonathan knew what was going on. He ain't no hater. That's one thing. He ain't no hater. But so we just started getting closer and closer. Then we started dating a little bit. Then I hit her with that razzle dazzle, and she never left. Because it was a razzle dazzle and never leaving.
This is true.
Is that enough detail?
That's a lot of detail.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't want to get into the scene. It was a warm fall afternoon in Blunt Hall in Birmingham, Alabama.
We don't need that.
All right, well, I think we can move on. One of the segments that we're thinking about doing is These Damn Kids. So we'll just spend a little bit of the show talking about what happened the current week with our kids. So we do have a story for this week.
Our 9-year-old knows where babies come from, and we definitely didn't tell him. I have no clue who taught this child.
I just thought of like how on Maury, they tell you to have you or someone you know have a 9-year-old. I don't know why I just thought of it.
What?
On Maury, they be like, do you or someone you know have a 9-year-old who knows where baby come from and you didn't tell them? Call us now. I'm sorry. So let me set the scene. So the other day, right? So Braylon's 9, Kaylin's 2. So Braylon raises Kaylin. Braylon he helps us a lot with Kaylin. So the other day I was like, "Hey, Bray, get Kay." And he was like, so you and mom about to go in the room and close the door and make me a little brother? And at the time, what I was planning to do, I was just like, I was a little proud. I was a little proud that my boy was like, "Yeah, I got you, Dad, going on there." And I ain't think nothing else about it. Went in there, closed the door, Forgot about
razzle dazzle.
Yeah, well, the razzle dazzle different. See, the razzle dazzle, as many old married people know, the razzle dazzle is something to be seen when you 21, 22. When you've been together for 10 years, 11 years, what, 12, 11 years?
11.
It's still some razzle dazzle, but it ain't the razzle dazzle that, y'all know. We can all pretend, but we all know. But anyways, close the door. Didn't think nothing else about it. To the next day, I'm driving to work and I called Lauren like, "Babe, did you hear what Brandon said?"
I think YouTube is raising our child.
Yeah, I was like, shoot, do you think it's time for me to have a talk with him, or should we just do YouTube got it? YouTube.
I think YouTube got it.
Yeah, like I said, he's 9, but he 100% has to understand the process of creating life to just be like, he was almost like, "Yeah, I got a dad, going on and then do your thing." Like,
hey, my nigga.
What's worse is like, I was like, "My boy." I can't tell because of the mic, but it's like, that's my boy.
A mess.
So in my mind, this leads to a bigger conversation.
Right.
So do you think it's time for me to actually have the talk with Bray, or when do you think we should have the talk?
I mean, I was thinking like 12, 13. But since YouTube and social media and video games are kind of teaching them stuff, we might need to go and do it now.
Oh, I was definitely having sex at 13. By 13, I was already having sex. We might need to have the talk before. I was thinking like 10. I don't necessarily, in my mind.
Right.
I'll tell you how I was thinking about it. It's weird that we ain't talked about this. It's This probably something that parents talk about early on. Get this out the way. But we be winging it.
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. Braylon was kind of like the test dummy. And future kids, K included. Well, maybe we'll have it together. Sometimes it's just like any product. Sometimes you just gotta blow. You gotta mess one up to
To get it right the next time.
But I always thought when he got to the age where he started like kind of knowing what sex was, I didn't want to be the person that introduced the whole concept.
Right.
I wanted to come in and talk to him about it so that he understands the right way. But I didn't want to just have him like, ooh, what is this sex thing? I need to look this up. Because, kids do Google now. Kids Google stuff, and I don't want him. I would hate to take his little cell phone and he done Googled sex and found it.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
So I don't know, maybe he'll be 10 in October. Maybe I guess I'll talk to him about it after his birthday, around his birthday. Because I know he ain't, neither of y'all grew up how I grew up, so we ain't really had nothing to do. So we learned a lot of grown-up stuff a lot earlier in life.
Right.
But that ain't his life. So
yeah,
he might have a little time.
I was trying to keep him be a kid as long as possible. So
we don't have to put YouTube Kids on his phone.
Right. So
well, I guess that's these damn kids. We need to figure out if we're gonna do those little transitions.
Yeah.
Where we have these damn kids.
But like, when do they even do do they still do sex ed in school?
I don't know.
We gotta look into that.
Yeah. All I hear about is STEM.
Or STEAM.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they added
Arts.
Yeah, y'all talk about STEAM. Do y'all talk about SEX in here?
Question of the week.
Question of the week.
Yeah.
I'm rusty on this. I used to be so good at coming up with little jingles and stuff back when I used to rap and stuff. I feel kind of like I'm really growing into like
grown up.
Yeah, the traditional dad cornball. I always have been a bit of a cornball.
Right.
To people who know me, like you, Taylors, y'all always knew. But to the world, cornball. Got a question in mind?
Yeah. Describe our relationship in one word.
You want me to go first? Or you gonna go first?
You can go first.
What was the question?
Describe our relationship in one word.
All these little jingles be popping up in my head the whole time. It's easy. Partnership. A relationship is partnership. Is we seamlessly support each other through everything. So much so that when I feel like you're not supporting me, I'd be like, no, we gotta be partners, blah, 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 partner. I feel like it's just we perfect partners. We complement each other well. On people outside looking in, it probably looks like I talk over you a lot, blah, blah, blah. But that works for you because you don't want to talk a lot. That's again why we starting this podcast and make a talk more. So I feel like we just fit. We fit like this. The stuff that I'm bad at, you good at. The stuff that you good at, I'm bad at. I think I said the same thing.
You did, but it's okay.
We're gonna leave it just like that. But it's just seriously, we work really well together. Like we had Braylon early on while we were still in school. So we were young, we had a kid, and I feel like us having to figure out how to live together, how to graduate college, how to buy our first home, we pretty much got together early on before we even decided who we were gonna be. Because I'm a completely different person, you're a completely different person.
Yeah.
We got together before we even decided who we were going to be. And so that as we were growing up and deciding who we would be, we did it together as partners. So I feel like every aspect of our lives is just intertwined, intermingled. So I just feel like partnership. There's some love in there.
I hope so.
It's a little love, but no, we work. Well, I feel like it will never be a point in our lives where we wouldn't be great partners. Like we wouldn't be, even if something happened and we didn't work out, I don't feel like we would ever be people who couldn't work well together on anything.
I can see that.
So partnership.
I like it.
So in one word, describe our relationship.
I was saying quirky.
Quirky.
Quirky, because I mean, like you said, you're like the dominant one of a conversation. You're the assertive one. I'm the passive one. You know, you talk, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the disciplinarian in the house. I'm more the laid back one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our puzzle pieces just fit.
Yeah.
So I was just saying we were quirky, but I don't know if quirky is really the word, but we just mesh.
Yeah. I mean, quirky is like goofy, right?
I mean, because we're goofy at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's what I thought you were going. We are goofy.
Because I mean, we do some really dumb stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but not to take away from your point. I get what you're saying. It's just, I think in relationships, we are going to do we're thinking about doing like a feedback sort of portion of the show too. But I will give this free advice, free unsolicited advice. I think in relationships, a lot of times people don't understand that you just need, it ain't like, okay, I'll use money as an example.
Mm-hmm.
If your family needs 100,000 to, live the lifestyle y'all want, whatever. Your family needs 100,000 to live the lifestyle y'all want. I think it's in relationships way too often. People worry too much about, well, if I make 50, you need to make 50. Or if I make 70, you may only make 30. I need to find somebody who matches me. I think that in order to have successful relationships, and again, this is just me, I think that it's important to like work together and say, so we need $100,000. So if I go to work and make $100,000, I'm a CPA, I'm gonna get there. But if I make $100,000, she don't need to work. And I think if we looking out for each other in the family, if we looking at ourselves as a unit,
Mm-hmm.
instead of what I bring to the table, what you bring to the table, that helps push us forward as a unit because we're working together. Because if you go out and make 100,000, you making all the money our family needs, that frees me up to do some of the other stuff that our family needs. But that is just free advice. I know that kind of derailed where we were going with the segment, but I think way too often in relationships, people do a tit for tat, back and forth sort of a thing, which we fought.
We do it.
We do it, but the important thing is looking at the unit and what the unit needs, and then deciding what I can bring to the unit. Because we don't need to bring the same thing to the table.
I agree.
Because if I brought it to the table already, it's already at the damn table. Like if you bring it, we just gonna have double. Then what about all the stuff that neither of us bring?
Right.
So I feel like we work because we're very complementary.
So we come to the end of the show. And if you like to discuss anything or if you want to ask us a question, you can email us at 4eacshow@gmail.com, or they can talk to us, Instagram, Twitter, at 4eacshow.
Okay.
Anything else, babe?
Yep, just the standard YouTube thing, All right, guys. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, definitely subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so you can see when we upload new videos. We look forward to hearing all your feedback, and definitely like this video. Do all of the standard YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, support this show.
Yes.
We got babies.
Yes, 2 of them.
Hi, my name's Braylon. This is my sister Kaylin. We are Lauren and Albert, the CPA's kids. So we would really like it if you would subscribe to the channel.
I love my show!
Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can watch more of their videos.
This is a blooper reel. What's up, everybody? This is Albert, the CP. Shit.
So let's get started.
No.
It's
no,
on
say-
you.
I'm gonna do this on every video. No, I won't. Yes, I will. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Alright. And my parents would really